Thank you. Okay, hello everyone and welcome. We are so glad to have you here today for what's becoming our annual tradition of YL School Library Onboarding and Refresher. Over the past couple of years, this webinar has been offered in two parts, and this is part one of two. As you know, we are recording today's session for any colleague who is not able to join us live. So welcome to everyone who is here today, and welcome as well to those who will be watching this recording later. My name is Zara Kairia. I'm the librarian in the Library Development Services Department here at Yellowhead Regional Library. Joining me today is my colleague Laura Peters, whom you'll meet next week in part two of this webinar. She'll be leading a deeper dive into some of the processes and procedures behind the services that we are introducing today. Laura and I are the main contacts for school member libraries at YL. Many of you may already know Laura. I'm sure many of you know her. She's usually the one handling your orders, taking your calls, giving you the mark records if you need, and other supports that you know better than me. I'm new to YL and learning from Laura and other colleagues here. I joined this team because I come from Edmonton Public Schools, and I've been a school librarian for over 12 years. So my last school was Constable Woodall School in Edmonton. That is the largest, most populated elementary school. When I left there, actually, we had close to 800 students. So that's why we are here today to support you and to let you know that this is the school faces of YL. These are the school faces of YL, and we are here to support you. Our colleague Amanda Robinson is also attending this session as a guest. She is our Indigenous Initiative Librarian in Library Development Services Department. Amanda, thank you for your time. And again, thank you everybody for your time today. We appreciate it. So let's start our slides. So my first slide today is the services and resources that we are going to talk about today. So in today's session, we'll focus on a high-level overview of the services and resources that YL provides for school libraries. These are five main services, in bullet point here, as you see. And then after we will have a closer look at the school resources. And we will try to keep moving fast and wrap up everything under, as Laura said, under 1 hour. So there will be plenty of time if you have any questions. We will answer the questions at the end. If you feel that it needs to be addressed, I will ask Laura to interrupt me and just ask the question. And I wanted to mention that attending this session isn't a prerequisite for the next one. Both sessions stand on their own. So for those who are watching this later, you can view them in any order that works best for you. And let's go to my next. Okay, we thought it's better to start with talking about YRL first. So let's start by giving you a quick overview of what YRL is. YRL is Yellowhead Regional Library, that one of the several regional library systems in Alberta, established under the Alberta Libraries Act. These systems were created to provide library services to rural communities across the province. So regional systems support public and in some regions, school libraries as well. So not every region includes schools, but in our case, we support both public and school libraries. And what this means is that YL works directly with the libraries to offer services and support so that our member libraries can provide their communities with the same level of access and resources that you expect in a larger urban library. So we are governed by a board which is made up of representatives from all member municipalities and school divisions. So the division that your school belongs to definitely has a seat at that board table. And we are headquartered in Spruce Grove, as you know, which is where we are today. About 20 of us work here, providing a full range of library services to our member libraries. Everything from procuring, cataloging materials to preparing them and make them shelf ready, offering technology services, providing consulting support, any type of support that you think a library needs, we are providing. The consulting that you receive as school libraries is part of our library department, which is Library Development Services, and we also support public libraries too. The other two departments are resource and collection sharing, or collection and resource sharing, and the other one is technology services. But we are like the face of YL supports, and all the supports are coming to us, and we answer the questions or give them to other departments if they need to be involved. In total, our system includes 45 public libraries and 42 school libraries, serving about 330,000 residents and more than 11,000 students. So as you can see on the map, YL covers a wide area of Alberta and plays a big role in giving service and supporting to the communities. When it comes to resources and services, YL currently supports what we like to call two and a half school divisions. And because we are supporting Pembina Hills School Division with Task-Given Regional Public Schools and part of Northern Gateway Public Schools, we say half because we are helping half of the Northern Gateway schools, because some of their schools are very up north and they are closer to Peace Library System, which is north of us. So and we work closely with Peace to make sure that the services to Northern Gateway schools are equitable. So in fact, we have joint sessions and we talk to each other to make sure that the support is consistent between the schools. So I can maybe pause here and see if there's any question, Laura, in the chat.
No, it's pretty quiet so far.
Okay, good. Okay, that's good. But feel free to put your questions in the chat, please. So let's go to my next slide. We are going to dive deep right into the services for school libraries here. And as we said, there are 5 areas. We'll go one by one through each area and we'll talk about them. The first one that we want to talk about is curriculum support services. So a lot of you school libraries are working in smaller libraries, and we know that budgets don't always stretch far enough to cover everything your student might need. Even in the bigger schools, they don't have enough budget, I would say that. So that's why we created our curriculum support services. It's completely free of charge and designed to help fill in the gaps in your collection. So getting started is super simple. You can just send us an email at askyrl@yrl.ab.ca. We will repeat this one so many times that you will know it by heart at the end, and we have it in our next slides. Or you can have a quick chat with Laura. That's something that happens all the time. You can call her or email her and ask about what you're looking for. So whether it's for a class project, personal reading, specific grade level, or even a particular theme. So from there, Laura searches the track catalog, and track is the name of our shared catalog, and pulls together materials that match your request. And then those items come here to YL. We sign them out using a school library card that we've set up just for your library. So if you're brand new to your school library, don't worry, we've already got a card ready for you. I'm saying we've, but most of it means Laura. We'll handle the transportation back and forth, and you get to keep the materials a little longer than a regular public library loan, because it's usually typically 3 weeks, but the schools can keep it for seven weeks. So that gives you enough time for shipping and for students to just meaningfully use them and dig into the books. We've done all kind of requests in the past. So these are 3 examples of the requests that we have on the page. So curricular books on specific topics, high interest leisure reading books that schools wanted but couldn't budget for, sets of novel studies. For novel studies, I should mention here that a rule of thumb here is that we provide 5 copies of each book title. But again, it's a matter of conversation. When you talk to Laura, you will mention that how many you need, and she will check if there are ready. If it's possible for her to borrow them, she will. If not, she will tell you that, oh, sorry, it's just 5 copies. But we provide that bigger sets of novel studies for you if you want, or if it's a interesting book that kids want to read at the same time. And there's no form to fill out. There's just reach out by phone or email, or email ask viral, and we'll work with you to get what you need and send it to you. And then, as I said, we'll share the contact in the chat or in the next slides. And then I assume that we don't have any question. I'll go to my next slide.
You're good to go. Yep.
Okay. So this picture is for, okay, let me talk about the support first. So this is about collection support. We want to highlight this collection support because this is one of the biggest supports that we give to schools. It has 2 main parts. The first part is selection and purchasing, and because that process can get a bit detailed with lots of things to consider, that's why we have part 2 of this webinar. So that's next week. Laura will go through it with you and then explain everything to you. So I'm not going through that, but that's the first part of collection support. It's selecting and purchasing books. The second one is, the second part is collection maintenance. So things like reading, inventory, collection management, even how your materials are displayed or staging your library. So many of you are working in school libraries, or maybe you've just stepped into a library that hasn't been readed in a long time. Schools are busy. Sometimes we don't get time to read. We can send, YL can send a team, or our department can send a team to work with you on this, whether it's downsizing or just displaying, rearranging, however that you need it, we can come and work with you to do that properly. We can even suggest updates for signage, for staging, and those things. So the pictures on the screen, as a few examples of the schools that we've worked with. The taller photo shows a library before a weed. As you see, the shelves are very tidy, very organized, but packed, they are full. And then the second one is the school that the picture, the middle is with the books stacked on the tables, is the mid-reading process. And that shows that we have pulled out those books from the collection to be reviewed and to be read. And then the last picture is the after post read picture, which is as you see, the shelves are very tidy. There's all the books are showing, they are not hiding between the old books, and the shelves are not overcrowded. The space opened up for new materials if you're buying new materials, and shelves are refreshed and inviting for kids and students and even teachers to come and see them. The first one is very scary, right? So the third one shows you how beautiful your library will get after a read. And the staging is a part of the after reading thing too, if you want. Okay, so that's collection support. Let me go to the next step, the next service. So the next slide is about the programming support services. So it's the kits that we have, and this is all about our programming support services. We have over 150 programming kits available, covering everything from makerspace activities to general programming, story time, indigenous themed kits. And these were originally designed with public library programming in mind, but they are really line up very well with the school curriculum and can be used across all grade levels from pre-K right through to grade 12. We've noticed a lot of school librarians are excited about these kits. Some bring them right into their library and others loan them out for teachers for classroom use. There's a full list online and with photos and documentation and all the explanation and everything. So you can browse what's available and book whatever works best for you, for your needs. I'll give you a quick tour at the end when we go through the kits. On this slide here, I want to tell you what kits we have pictured here. So the examples are the first one is electronics teardown kit is always a hit. You can add in old electronics from your IT department. You can borrow electronics from your IT department that are old or from your local dump. And we also provide some items. The kit comes with all the safety gear and tools you need to take apart things like old VCRs or TVs or microwaves, and kids can learn what's inside every equipment. And there's also fibercraft kit and a mechanical puzzle kit pictured here. I mentioned Indigenous themed kits. I want to talk about it again. We have a series of Indigenous themed kits that were developed with grant support. These include an Indigenous animals kit, a Métis kit, a smudging kit, a truth and reconciliation kit, and even a ribbon skirt making kit that comes with a sewing machine. So it's so much fun. If you want, you can borrow the kit and have it at your school. So if you want to use it in the library, if you want, again, for a classroom, just give us an email or call Laura, and then she will tell you what to do. Amanda, you can jump in if you have anything to add to this. I don't think she has, she's not a panelist, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we won't be able to hear her, but she's welcome to add anything into the chat,
Yeah.
for sure. I'll just say that some of our libraries have borrowed some of our kits specifically for programming, whether it's one of the teachers in the school that are looking specifically for certain kits to support units that they're teaching, but sometimes they also will borrow them for their classroom or for the library, just as passive programming. So they'll set it up in a spot in the library or their classroom where it sits there for the period of time that you're borrowing it, and kids can just kind of, interact with it while it's there without any specific programming attached to it.
Yeah, for the concept of learning commons these days, it makes lots of sense to have them as a passive programming, as you said. Yeah, thank you, Laura.
Yeah, for sure.
So my next slide is about like general consulting support. So this slide covers the range of support that we provide to school librarians in managing and operating their libraries. The largest area of consulting we offer is in collection development and management, from selecting new books to getting them on the shelves. So everything can be done here. We also help with integrating materials into your library system, whether schools are using Follett, Insignia, or our own Polaris Leap. Our ILS is Polaris. Over time, we support schools in evaluating when to withdraw items that are outdated, worn, or no longer relevant, and keeping collections up to date and engaging. Also, we provide advice on technology and space planning. And for the integrated library system, for ILS, our in-depth expertise is with Polaris because it's our own ILS, but we also have familiarity with the other school-based systems like Follett and Insignia. That said, we should mention that schools usually rely on their own IT departments or divisions for more extensive system-specific support. But again, we have limited guidance as needed, if you need it. So this is our general support. Let's go to our next supports or services that we are offering. So the next slide is about professional development support. This is the last category of support we offer. We run regular workshops just like this one today for school libraries. Many of the PD sessions we design for public libraries are also a great fit for school librarians, and we usually deliver them online, so you don't have to make the trip out to Spruce Grove. You'll see them promoted in our weekly newsletter, YL Weekly. We also do in-person visits for PDs. For example, the photo on this slide is from Pembina Hills Teacher PD Day, where we joined the resource fair and had a chance to connect with both teachers and school librarians. We've presented at different PD events on a variety of topics, and we also host our annual conference, Stronger Together. This year, it will be happening on October 8 and 9. That's always a stream. There's always a stream for school libraries too, so it's a great way to connect and learn about libraries and school libraries. And again, all of these are promoted in our weekly, YRL Weekly or weekly news. Okay, so any questions?
Nothing new.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we are going to the next part of our webinar, which is resources for school libraries. Now, we went over all the services that we are giving you. I know it was a very fast one, but now you have an idea that what we are doing, what are our supports. This part is the resources, which is like really important for you to know. The first type of help that we are giving you is information. It's collection development strategy is one of them. So we have created some resources that can help support school libraries. This is the first one, is collection development strategy for schools. This handout gives librarians and administrators and school boards a clear picture of how we approach collection development, because that's a part of our services, right? So things like our commitment to diverse collections, intellectual freedom, making sure everyone can see themselves reflected in the materials. It also outlines the roles and responsibilities we take on when we are helping you select books. And because we are doing so much selection work with the schools, we want to be clear about this. It's good to mention that while we bring the expertise, the final decision about what goes into your library is always yours. So when we say that we select for you, it doesn't mean that we give it to you and you have to put it. No, we are just suggesting. And every school division is autonomous, and you make the call on which materials are added. If you want, you add them. If you don't want, you don't. You'll find a link to this handout in the school resource repository that we will take a tour of in just a few minutes. So this is the first resource that we wanted to share with you. The second one, the second handout that we have in the school repository that I will talk about later, is the YRL and school libraries. This is a one-page overview of our services for schools. At first, we designed this for trustees who were going to talk with other school divisions who are not a part of YRL. But when making them, we realized it's just a very useful handout for teachers, admins, and school librarians too, if they want to know, to have a quick snapshot of what we do. So you can print it and have it at your desk. You can share it with your teachers. You can pop it in the mailbox, the teachers' mailboxes. And it's nice for everybody at school to know that which supports are available for them at YL.
Yeah.
Okay, the next slide, the next resource that we want to talk about is our professional development collection here at YRL. This is another pamphlet that highlights the professional development collection that we have available here. This is something we bring along when visiting schools or attending resource fairs at PDs. Here at YRL, we've built a strong PD collection for all our libraries. And in recent years, we've added lots of materials specifically for school librarians and children's library staff. So the pamphlet shows a few samples of the titles here, but and all of them are available in TrackPack. So our shared catalog, as I said, to borrow them, you'll just need to have a public library card. You can check them out, and you can pick them up at your local library if you put a hold on them. They come to your local public library, and you can have them. So the pamphlet again is this handout is available in the repository. I will show it to you, and this QR code at the corner takes you to the list, the full list of the books that are available. Okay, so this is the fun part. This is the e-resources that some of the e-resources, not all of them, some of the e-resources that are available for public and school libraries. So this is these are licensed. This page is showing some of the examples of the e-resources that we have on our website, and all public libraries and school libraries have access to them. They're available through any public library website in YRL. Since we purchased them regionally and share them across all member libraries, the collection is available for every library, and it's the same for all libraries. So the collection covers all ages. I want you to know that this is for all ages. It's not just for adults, it's for all ages. And there are some excellent options for kids, teens, and library staff. You can log in anytime with your own library card to use any of them. But if you want students to access them, it's pretty simple. It has a pretty simple process. Most local libraries have school library card program. So it means that they are sending home forms for students to fill out. So you ask them to reach out. They tell you if they have a program or if they just, based on your request, make a form. So they give you a form, you send it home. Sometimes based on the local libraries policies, because they could slightly change between the libraries. They may need a parent signature, for example. And so once those forms are in your hands, you can send them, they fill out, you return them, and the public library issues cards for your students. And students can use these in the classes. So all these e-resources will be available to them. And the key step for you is to just reach out, connect with your local public library to get that process started. That will be the first thing, I think, that everybody is very good for you to do if you want to use these e-resources. So on the slide here, we have a few examples. I'll go through them one by one, just letting you know just the gist of every, I know many of you know these things, but just a quick overview of the e-resources here. So like at the middle is Hoopla, is a database that offers ebooks. I know that Hoopla is mostly known for movie streaming, but they have lots of ebooks, and they've added comic books, and it's has a number of books that are good for all age groups. And they have increased their collection database over the years, and that's why their comic book collection is very well known now, and it's worth checking out for students if your collection is not that big at school. Novelist K-8+ is an awesome resource for the school librarians and teachers to use, because it's like a Goodreaders app, if you're familiar with. So you could read reviews and get recommendations for materials on certain topics. It's like that, but I would say even more robust, because you can see different themes, different authors, different reading levels in order to get recommendations on a specific titles or list of titles. So and reviews are really accurate and very age appropriate. So you can rely on the age appropriateness on Novelist K-8 Plus, because the reviews are like huge and helpful. And the content, you can find the content there, you can find the theme there, you can find the topics there. So they are giving you a good picture of the book, and if you want to check if they are appropriate for the age range that you're working with, rather than just relying on the publisher's age group information, which sometimes is not accurate or exact. I want to mention that plus Novelist K-8 Plus, we have Novelist 2. If you go to e-resources page, you will see Novelist 2. That's for like adult books, and that's for your own like use if you want to use for suggesting books or finding reader likes for yourself or your colleagues. Read Alberta ebooks and the big logo here. They are more for older kids. This is a database that have been pulled together by the provincial government, the Public Library Services branch. Ebooks are written by Alberta authors, so really interesting collection. There is some sub-collections within the Read Alberta ebooks portal. There is sub-collection of magazines published exclusively in Alberta. There is a prairie, like a part that all prairie indigenous ebook collections are available, sub-collection of, like there are different sub-collections with different themes that you can find Alberta written books. So it's a very good like ebook resource for your older students. And there's a subsection for accessibility features. If there are like specific features added to the books, like if it's whether it's a larger print or it's read aloud, etc. So it's a very interesting database. I suggest that I recommend that you go and check them later. Libby, if you're a public library user, you for sure know Libby, you're familiar with it. It's kind of the place for getting all the current hot ebooks, and many of your schools may also have provided access to it, to its subsection, which is for kids, which is called Sora. And Sora has just the children, is the children version of Libby. And some schools have subscription too, but if you don't, you can use this from our websites or our public libraries websites. And the next one, I'll go to Tumblebook Library. Tumblebook, like before it was just for like younger readers, but nowadays they've expanded their collection and they have over 600 titles for kids in grade 3 to 6. When I was checking last week, I was like surprised. Like it was mentioned that they have over 600 titles for kids in grade 3 to 6. This is new. It wasn't like that for older kids. They didn't have that much books for older kids. And this is something very cool to use. So they have, as I'm sure you know, they contain like animated books, talking picture books, early reader chapter books, children's classics like graphic novels, and National Geographic videos. So they have lots of good resources for kids, e-resources for kids. The other e-resource here is Transparent Language. The Transparent Language is our new added e-resource, is a language learning platform available for free with a library card from like the local libraries. You can join and use them. It provides access to over 140 languages and also English for second, like speakers of other languages. And it offers a learning path with lessons on vocabulary, grammar, core skills, focusing on activities like for speaking. You can like listen, read, write, and there are some features that you can like practice pronunciation, practice vocabulary, and it's a very cool application for learning language. Beanstack. This is an interesting resource that can set up reading challenges and make reading really engaging and fun, especially for kids. It's good to have like these resources available. So this is for your use to just introduce the challenges and reading challenges to kids. And it's for all age groups. Like in many of public libraries, they have book clubs that are set up to have challenges. They have reading challenges set up. So the patrons can log in and engage with other patrons from their community, but just online within that resource. And they put, like some of the libraries, they put new challenges every month. And it's fun to keep track of reading and have the kind of like competition for reading. And we also decided to put the track logo here to talk about track because we mentioned track a few times. So track is an acronym that stands for the Regional Automated Consortium. It is for a few regional library systems, including YL, that share one catalog. So it means that we can loan from each other. We can loan and we can borrow from each other. We can give books to each other. So we are sharing the cataloging system and using track card. Everybody who is in the track system can use all the resources. So you can guess that millions and millions of materials from libraries across central and northern Alberta that are part of track can borrow the books and from each other, and the books are coming into the public libraries, to local public libraries, and you just put a hold on them and they get to you through the system. So YRL vans will bring the books to your schools if you're a part of YRL, for example. And the only way to use it is just having a library card. So you need to just go to your local library and get a library card. So these e-resources are available in every library. Again, public library, we strongly, again, encourage you to, as a school librarians, to connect with your local library manager or director. You can go to the director directly, and building a good partnership relationship with them will be very helpful to get these processes be done faster. And these are the resources that are available, and it's good to be used by students at schools, especially in Alberta, because we know about the budget and how budget is tight in Alberta and book collection. So, yeah, so that's it. If you had any question, you can just send us an email and we can help you. But I think it's very straightforward. You can just do it easily. Just touch base with your local public library director or manager, and they will tell you what to do. For schools that are using Polaris, we know that when we started like having Polaris here years ago, some schools had the option to join. Some did, some didn't. Those who did join, they are a part of track, so they don't need to do that. Their students can use their cards to use these resources. So the flip side is just with the track, being a track member, yes, the students have access to the collection, but participation comes with the responsibility of sharing their own collection. So you have to share your materials too. This means that you must process holds and send requested items to the other libraries as part of the resource sharing system or agreement. And that's the key distinction between those who are using Polaris and those who are not. Those who are a part of the like track system and those who are not. Okay, so that's e-resources. And the next slide here is this very helpful, not online, but like physical binders that are being made by Laura and Jessica in 2023, I guess. So these binders are created and distributed, designed to provide school libraries with a wide range of like practical information to help you get started your library. Since library staff may transition mid-year or be newly assigned at the beginning of the year, and we can't always provide in-person support right away, or you don't have even time to reach out. So this binder serves as an additional tool available in print to support all of our member school libraries. So it's if there are some information that need to be updated, we update them and we send them the documents that are updated to you to replace it. It will not probably will not happen this year because there was a revision of like full revision last year. So the binders are very useful and gives you guidance for tasks like ordering, paying library materials, tips on reading and stuff. And you should find it on your desk or in somewhere in the storage there in the library. Every library must have one binder because they were sent to like 2023, and last year there was a huge revision on them. Okay, if we don't have any question, we can go to the next part of our slides, our presentation webinar. Do we have?
Yep, you're good to go. I've been answering questions as you're talking.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Okay. So this slide is the YL School Resources repository. The final resource that we want to share with you is this one, the school repository, your one-stop online hub for all school library services and resources. Everything that we talked about, you will find them here. For our public libraries, we use SharePoint as an intranet. It's an internal intranet. So, but since that platform isn't easily accessible to schools, because we know that most of the schools are using Google suites, and Google tools, and SharePoint is not accessible through Google tools. We've built this. I say Viv again. I mean Laura and other colleagues. I'm sure most of it has been Laura. They have built this repository on Google Sites. So Laura manages and updates the whole like information documents regularly, keeping it current with all the information we've discussed today, as well as content that will be covered in the next session, the upcoming session. So whatever we talk about, you can find them here. And I like to give you a quick tour so you can see how it's organized, where to find key resources, how to like revisit topics that we've covered. And there's also, as you see, there's a direct link at the bottom of this slide. If you can if you can copy. Do you mind, Laura, putting this in
It's
the
actually
chat?
already in the chat. I popped it in there at the
Yeah.
very beginning. If you enter into the chat, it's one of the first few links that I've provided.
Perfect, thank you. So you can even just copy, paste, and bookmark it, because this will be your friend during the year. You will use it a lot. Even if you ask us questions that we encourage you to do, but this will be your first stop, like for every question that you have. So let me share this. If I click on this, I can, let me see. Just give me 1 second if I find my mouse cursor here. Okay, so do you see my resource page?
Yes.
Yes,
You
perfect.
bet.
Perfect. So this is, if you click on that link, this is the page that you get to. This is the primary page. As you see, this is a very simple, clean website, and it's very user-friendly. You can see all the categories that we talked about: collections and ordering, programming kits, curriculum support, training and workshops, e-resources, and YRL school library binders. And on top, you can see, again, you can see all of these as drop downs on top too. So it's very easy to just browse here. I will go to e-resources. So again, I can go through here, or I can scroll down and go through e-resources here. So as you see, these are all not all, I think. There are some, or maybe all, I can't say. I think these are all the
No, there, yeah, I've listed all of the ones that we thought would be most applicable to any of the schools, but I think technically all of them
all of them.
are listed, including the ones that are, you can see at the bottom, there's like a little drop down there that's not open, but when you open it,
But
it's additional e-resources that
yeah,
are maybe not applicable
that much useful.
to kids or youth, but some of them might be helpful for instructors, for example, like Ancestry.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes. So yeah, these are the e-resources that we have, and it shows you how to it was on the top. Yeah. If you go to your public library, local public library, this must be Wetaskiwin based on the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is, for example, Wetaskiwin. If you go to Wetaskiwin Public Library website, you will see the e-resources at the corner here. And if you click on them, you can get to all these e-resources. And then for every single one, you will see description and the instructions how to use them. And so from here, I wanted to and for so again, we want to repeat this again and again, so you remember for those teachers who have arranged library card sets for their students, they can log in together and explore the database together. So as you know, database access in Alberta schools has been challenging for many years. Like provincial, I'm sure you know better than me that provincial government funded a suite of high quality K-12 database. They had encyclopedias, research tools, age-appropriate ebooks, and other digital resources, but the funding was withdrawn a few years ago. So now we are all of us, we this is a gap in our collection. So this is just filling the gap for you. Just reach out to your local library, get cards for your students. And you can access these resources easily. So the other thing that I wanted to show you, we talked about, is the programming kits. So from the top drop down here, you can go, as you see, Makerspace Kits, Makerspace Kit details and information, I think, Storytime Kits, Storytime Kit details, and additional programming. So I'll go on, for example, Makerspace Kits. These are all our cute Makerspace kits. Aren't they interesting? You want to borrow all of them at the same time. So as you see, button making kits, circuit kits, jewelry making kits, and they are going to the libraries. So there is a availability list, and the schools and teachers and public libraries can borrow them, can book them, and some of them are very popular. So they are getting booked like 6 months ahead of time. So if you want something, if you have a plan for your even winter or spring next year, I would say just email us or call Laura and check if they are available and book them ahead of time, because like make do kit, like these are all very popular kits, and you can have them in your classes or in your libraries, as Laura said, as a sitting in the corner of your library as a passive program. And they come back to us, like shipping, delivery, and bringing it back is on us. And then when they come back, Penelope, our other colleague, is making sure that everything is fresh, and everything is, if they are missing something, she provides the pieces that it needs to be provided, and then we send it back to the next school or public library. And did we
Can I
talk?
just add something?
Pardon? Yes, go ahead.
Can I just add something, Zara?
Yes, of course.
It's good to know that with the schools, you kind of have the advantage. It might seem like a disadvantage that you don't get deliveries from us as often as our public libraries do. Our public libraries get weekly deliveries, but our school libraries only get monthly deliveries. But where that becomes actually a benefit for you is if you borrow any of these kits from us, instead of only getting it for a week or 2 weeks or three, you get it for a month. So unless in rare exceptions where the time that you had requested borrowing a certain kit is only available in between two bookings, and that's the only time that works for your program or what you had in mind, it might be a shorter period of time because we have it coming back from one library, but it's available for 2 or 3 weeks in between. We also need time in between it being returned and going out again so that we can replace any of the consumables that have been used from the previous library. And we also need time to schedule delivery and it getting there and back, et cetera. But overall, in many cases, most cases, I would say, if you're going to borrow, let's say, the Fibercraft kit, and you give us enough notice, then you're likely going to have it for a month. So it's a nice little benefit of not having deliveries as often.
Perfect. Thank you. That was very important to mention. Thank you so much, Laura. I wanted to mention the robotics kit. This is a very cool kit. I haven't been here, but I heard that they had lots of fun when they were launching this, and they had races here between themselves. So it's lots of fun to have this, and it's teaches like simple coding, basic coding to students. So make sure that you go and browse these kits and see if there are something that you really like. I wanted to go to Storytime Kits too because this is so cool. So these are really hot like kits that we have, and I'm sure they can be used very well in like aligned with curriculum and going to the school libraries or classrooms. So they are organized around specific themes and include related books, puppets, as you see, sometimes additional accessories if they are needed for the story. And they are, I should mention, they are primarily for Division 1 students, but some of them could be used for Division 2 as well. Teachers can easily use them in their classrooms, or you can use it in your story time in the library. And all of them, again, are very popular. Make sure if you want them, plan ahead and let us know. So fresh kits will go out every week or two, but as Laura said, you can have it for a month. So it's good to know ahead of time so we can arrange it and make sure to book it for you to not be taken.
And
So
I'll just mention that you can see with the fall Storytime kit, it says A through D. And all that means is that there's actually four different versions of the fall Storytime kit. So there isn't just one, there's four because they're that popular with our both our public and our school libraries. You can see the family Storytime kit, there's two, there's A and B. So they're slightly different. They'll have a different selection of books and props and puppets and toys and that kind of thing that coincide with the books that were chosen for that kit. So just
okay.
worth mentioning.
Perfect. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's good that you mentioned. Thank you for helping me with this. Yeah, so and this is just everything that we wanted to talk about. I think we covered everything that was planned for today. Again, this is just an overview of the services and resources that we have to support you. And we wanted to let you know that we are here. We are here to help you. Just reach out. Ask YRL at yrl.ab.ca is how you can reach us, and we, Laura and I will be here to answer your questions, to support, to talk to you, to call you, however we can help. So this is the end of our conversation, our webinar here. But before we wrap up, I'd like to open the floor to any questions or comments that you have. So please feel free to put them in the chat and we will get to them. If not, we will say goodbye and that we will call it a day.
Well, there hasn't been any new questions, but I'm hoping, Lindsay, that I was able to answer your questions. They were great. Uh, Lindsay is with Barhead Elementary School, and they are the outlier in that they were very, very early on in the very beginning of YRL, where they decided to be Polaris and Leap users, which is the ILS that we use. So Barhead High School is the other one, and they're the only two that are left using Polaris and Leap. But they have that advantage, I guess, just because all of their kids already have track library cards. So, but definitely reach out to your public libraries, and I know that they would all enthusiastically embrace the idea of helping your students get signed up for cards for sure.
Yes. Yeah, many of them have the program, so they will be
Absolutely.
ready
And
and
many
they
of them
will.
have done this kind of work already, so they know
Yeah.
exactly how to get it started and do it quite swiftly. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, if you ever have any questions about anything, please ask YRL at yrl.ab.ca. It's a group monitored email, so it's not coming directly to me. I'm one of many monitors that keeps an eye on that inbox, and so you will get an immediate response. It may not always be from me, it may be from others, and it's always available 24/7. So we may not be there 24/7 to
Yeah.
answer, but you can always reach us and we'll get you a really quick response. We will definitely be sending the recording of this and part two of the presentation that's taking place next week out once both of the sessions are complete. And we'll send those out to actually all of our school member libraries so that you all have access to them and you can watch them whenever you have a chance. They'll always be available on the YRL YouTube channel as well. So you can always check there, but I'll definitely be sending an email to all of you.
Yeah, that's if thank you, Laura. If there is one takeaway from this session, it's just we are here to support you. We know the first days, weeks of the school, the first days, weeks, months of your job is very hard, chaotic. There are lots of things to remember, to learn, to consider. But if you feel that you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, just reach out, call us, email us, and we are here to help you. And so I think with that, we are ready to say goodbye to our friends. Thank you
Yeah,
again
definitely.
for
Thanks for coming.
coming. Yes, and we hope to see all of you next week for part two.
Yeah,
We'll focus on purchasing and more technical parts of the job we do here that Laura will go through them. And
yeah,
yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, everyone, and have a
absolutely.
wonderful
Have a
day.
wonderful day and thanks for coming and we'll see you next Wednesday, hopefully. If not, and you're unable to attend, don't worry because we'll send out the links to the recordings.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye, everyone.